Hello Seekers, welcome to Prince Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Let us discuss further some concepts about basic Vedic astrology, and one of the concept is known as Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga. What happens when the Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga is formed in your horoscope? We will try to discuss all that yoga in 5 videos, and today we will start with a Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga. What is this yoga? What are the effects? What happens when this yoga is placed? We will try to discuss all that. Today we are going to discuss about Mars forming one of the Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga, that is known as Ruchak Yoga. But do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. So when the Ruchak Yoga is formed, when Mars is in 1st house, 4th house, 7th house and 10th house, and Mars has to be either in the sign of Aries or Scorpio, that means it should be in its own zodiac, Swarashi, or it has to be exalted in Capricorn. So if you have a Capricorn, Aries or Scorpio in either of these 4 houses, 1, 4, 7, 10, and you have Mars placed there, then it forms a very strong Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga known as Ruchak Yoga. So now when Mars is very strong in each of these 4 houses, say you are an Aries ascendant and Mars is in 1st house or Mars is in the 10th house, you have this Panch Mahapurush Raj Yoga. We will not consider the placement of other planets, the state of Mars, whether Mars is strong or weak in this case. It's just we consider that Mars, when is placed in such a formation, is automatically stronger. Now you may find that the Shadbal strength of Mars is weak, or you may find that in Navamsha Mars is debilitated, or in Navamsha Mars may occupy some bad position. That is a different question. But on a very basic level, on an academic level, what Ruchak Yoga represents is a very strong Mars placed on the D1 chart. When Mars is in the sign of Aries, Mars becomes highly powerful because Mars is forming a Ruchak Yoga with a fire sign. When Mars is in the sign of Scorpio, this Ruchak Yoga becomes highly hideous. This is a very strong but a yoga that runs in the background. This is a strong but highly aggressive yoga, and especially it targets the enemies, it targets the negative circumstances, and a Ruchak Yoga formed with the Scorpio Mars is a very volatile Ruchak Yoga because the man is also emotionally volatile. Whereas a Ruchak Yoga formed with Capricorn is going to be one of the most, you can say, balanced Ruchak Yoga because it has the Saturnian energy. Mars is also exalted, but this has its own problem because now the commander-in-chief Mars becomes way more stronger. In this case of Ruchak Yoga, that means when Mars is in Capricorn, if Sun is not powerful, then this Ruchak Yoga can be actually bad for you. Now we will go into different circumstances here. So first of all, what does Mars represents? Mars represents energy, structure, power, military, authority. It represents aggression, revenge, violence. It represents anger, it represents blood circulation. It also represents the bhumi, the earth, the iron, the hemoglobin, and it also represents the will to act, courage, will to fight, combating enemies, combating skills, and all these masculine, pure masculine traits is defined by the planet Mars. So when this Mars gets powerful, and especially in the Kendra Bhav, that means in the central houses, these properties becomes dominant in the man as the natural characteristic, natural instinct. The man becomes instinctive. He will have a lot of gut feeling in his mind, and he will be acting on his enthusiasm. He will be acting on the gut feeling, and he will be very impulsive in nature. If this Mars is controlled, if this Mars has Jupiter's aspect, if this Mars is positive, have a good Navamsha, this Ruchak Yoga makes the person a complete reformer. A man can actually take control of his life and also the people around him. So he leads the way. He leads the way as a commander-in-chief will lead the battle. and he will make his king victorious. So he will be a very, very efficient person who will be working in corporates. He will be very efficient in his business, and he will be very, very strongly, you can say, aligned to his work culture. So he will be a workaholic person. He will be strictly disciplined, and he will always he will utilize his anger and aggression into his passion. He can be a sports personality, he can be, you can say, a karate or a taekwondo or a martial art expert. He can be someone who fills in enthusiasm and motivation among the mass. On the contrary, if your Rochak Yog if you have a Rochak Yog in your horoscope, then you will see that your married life is somewhat, or personal life is somewhat ruined. Because Mars is a purely masculine, and when Rochak Yoga is formed in 1, 4, 7 houses, in a way, this Mars is going to aspect the 7th house. Or if Mars is in the 7th house, it is going to dominate that house. Then the sense of domination comes into picture. Mars becomes too powerful. It impacts the 7th house, the house of marriage, and it impacts the 4th house. That means the house of happiness and home pleasures. And this is going to make the person difficult to deal with, because he is a warrior, he is a man with guts, he is a man with potential, and whereas the marriage and the love and romance needs feminine traits, feminine characteristics, which will be absent in a man, especially with Mars on ascendant, 4th house or the 7th house. Naturally, with these placements of Mars, you call this Kundli as Mangalik Kundli, that means Mars affected Kundli. Any Kundli which is Mars affected Kundli will be seen having problems in the personal life or married life. On the other hand, Mars' 4th aspect is always on the central house. So if Mars is in the 1st house, he will aspect 4th house. And also the other aspect of Mars will be on the house which is in front of him. So if Mars is placed in one central house, that means either of 1, 4, 7, 10, the aspect of Mars will be on the other 2 central houses. So this is how Mars tries to take control of all the central houses. And because all the central houses are in control of Mars, if Mars is positive, the person actually becomes rich, famous. He is the explorer, he is the discoverer, he is the inventor. He will be good in engineering skills, he will be good in analytical skills, he will be smart, he will have a very good physique, he will have strong willpower, strong body, he will be physically very active, and he will be keen in sports, gymming, swimming, all these physical activities. Because his body will be fit, and his you can say his physical structure will be strong and muscular, and he will also have the inner courage. This means he will have the posture of a lion who can actually do wonders, who can actually be a very skilled person, but not the lion. Because Mars is not the king, Mars always follows order. So if you have a Rochak Yoga, it is good, but it will obstruct you from reaching the top position, because you will be a Mars dominated person. So in order to reach the top position, you need to see how Sun is placed in your horoscope. If Sun is strong in your horoscope, you will actually reach the top position, because then you will be the king of your own business or your own area, and you will be also the one who will be the commander in chief. But on the other hand, if Sun is weak in your horoscope, if Sun is debilitated, then this Mars will never let you reach the top. Although this Mars will push you to become you can say a superintendent, or you can say commander in anywhere. Now, what is a commander? Say you are a vice president in a company, but never the president. You are one step below the CEO. That's the maximum you will reach, but never the CEO. But what happens in this case is, the more this Mars becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, the more the masculine traits become stronger and stronger. With these masculine traits, you need to understand the energy is volatile, the energy is very strong. Mars also represents electricity. So this enthusiasm, ideas, notions, energy will be all throughout your body, and this will be seen through your activities. You need to take control of this, you need to take command of this. Because instinct and gut feelings may not always be correct, so you have to be very careful, and you have to follow the path of Saturn. You also have to see if Mars is in Scorpio. If Mars is in Scorpio, this Mars has to be handled carefully, because if Mars is in Scorpio and it is in 1, 4, 7 or 10, this Mars will become highly emotional Mars. It's like a soldier who is filled with emotions. It's as if somebody has attacked his country and he is ready to fight, he is ready to lay down his life. So it's energy filled with emotions. This means something has to happen in your life that will fill you with such kind of rage, such kind of emotions. So this means you have to be very careful how you handle your mind and your energy. The role of moon will be very important when Mars is forming a Rochak Yoga. But because it has high potential, if controlled, if handled properly, if taken care, it has high potential for a man to reach high values and high status, and he can become famous. And we need energy to actually reach to certain extent. Even Kundalini is an energy. So even in sadhana, you need such kind of energy. So if you have the Rochak Yoga, you become a warrior, you become a gladiator, but you have to choose your war very carefully. Thank you guys for watching Puneet's Astrology. I hope this video gave some crucial information about the Mars placement. And for the further videos, you do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. Another videos on Panch Mahapurush Yoga will come soon. Thank you.